You're watching BCTV. We're all about Branford. You're watching BCTV, Branford Government Television, a service of Branford Community Television. This program is brought to you in part through the support of the town of Branford.
Okay, good evening everyone and welcome to the Branford Board of Fire Commissioners meeting for July 24th, 2025. Time right now is 5 p.m. We're calling the meeting to order. First on the agenda is to consider if appropriate the meeting minutes of June 26, 2025, February 27, 2025, and January 23rd, 2025. I guess we may have missed something over here, so.
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. At this time, I would ask that we could have a motion to go into executive session. And executive session is to interview two deputy chief candidates for the position of operations, for deputy chief of operations, and we'll be interviewing three candidates for two positions for career captain positions.
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
So we're going to executive session at 5:02 p.m. Okay, we are out of executive session at 18:39 hours. That would be 6 o'clock, 39 minutes p.m. Okay. There was no votes taken during executive session. 6:39, 18:39. There was no votes taken. We're going to be waiving committee reports tonight, and I'm going to go just have a personnel to consider and if appropriate, promote two career captains to deputy chief of operations. Do I have a motion?
Well, we're gonna name them, right? Or-
Yes. Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make a motion.
Wait, no, he has to put the
We're
names
going to give you the
in
two
motion.
names, yeah. We're going to be looking to promote Captain Greg O'Rourke and Captain James Carson from captain to deputy chief of operations.
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
Okay. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
100%.
Good. And to consider for appropriate, promote two career firefighters to captain. There will be firefighter Tyler Mahoney and firefighter Jeffrey O'Connor.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
And we will be putting, just so as a matter of record, our other candidate was firefighter John Massey. He will be automatically on for an acting captain position. Do you want to add that to the agenda?
Probably be a motion too.
I'm going to make a motion to add that to the agenda. That we add that we want to make firefighter John Massey to the agenda, that he will become an acting captain.
I'll make a motion we add it to the agenda.
A second. Oh, second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, and to consider for appropriate, we will be promoting to John Massey, firefighter John Massey, Jr. actually, to position of acting captain when his shift is needed on that.
We'll make that motion.
Second.
Second, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so voted. Under old business, to consider for appropriate, approve the following EMT ranking list. The last meeting that we did back in June, it was incorrect. Candidate Dean, I'm going to probably say his name wrong, Polagazeski, should have been before Dan Petracchio. So as you can see, we need to just make that switch. That was just an error because of the D's.
It was a recording error,
Yeah.
and we
Okay.
discussed it immediately following the meeting, and everybody
Okay.
was in agreement.
So we need to
That's-
do the following is to consider the ranking list. Nat Stackpole has already moved on because one of our candidates, as everybody knows, did turn down the position that we had presented to her. And so now the ranking will be Nate Stackpole, who's already taken a position, Dean Pogozleski, Dan Petracchio, and B. Keen. Okay, so
Make that motion.
Okay.
Second.
Second, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. New business, Station 9's open house. It's gonna be from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday, August 9th. So if we can stop by and cheer on what we've done here, our commission, along with the chief
Yep.
and our staffing. And a great asset to the town of Branford. It's a busy firehouse, and it's already shown what it can do and why we need another one out east. So we need that Station 3 to happen. And I think by doing this will be a big promotion. Chief, what do you have to add on this?
Well, as you probably have saw that I wrote the letter on behalf of the commission and the fire chief's office to basically thank all of the decision makers for supporting that project. But most importantly, I feel that once the money is allocated and things happen, that very rarely do they get to hear about the results. And in this case, I wanted to make sure that they understood the impact that that's already had on the community. It was anchored by, the very beginning. We started the first week of December and permanent staffing the station. Within that very week, we had a major structure fire at the Tideland condos on Limewood Avenue. We were able to contain it to one unit. Had we had to wait for headquarters units, which we would have had in the past, the fire would have probably extended to units on either side. So it would have become a major fire as opposed to still a major event for the people whose apartment it was, but we were able to keep it to only that unit. And then most recently, July 4th, we had a drowning victim who was a cardiac arrest. Had that individual had to wait the time necessary for headquarters units to arrive, we wouldn't have had the positive attitude. And I'm happy to report to the board tonight that individual walked out on her own power.
Well worth it.
Very
Well
much.
worth it.
And that's what this job's all about.
Exactly.
And that's the value to the community. That's the value of and importance of the response times. And there's been many others positive things we could say since that station's been staffed. And in its heyday, when it was staffed by volunteers, there was 40 to 50 members down there that all responded from that area. But times have changed,
That was a big fire
and we
company
don't
back then.
diminish that service in any way. But I think as soon as we started providing the service down there, it was noticed by the community. So with that being said, August 9th, we have a open house to basically reintroduce ourselves to the community. The staff wanted to do that down there. They've done a good job. They've added some really interesting, community-orientated things like the dog wall and the watering bowl and the come down August 9th, community, to see what it's all about. We have invited our elected officials as well as some members of the press. And yes, we hope to continue the conversation about the east side because it's all about response times, and that area is still, it's a long ride from here and it's a long ride from Engine 9.
Paul wanted me to ask
Yeah.
if there'd be donuts.
There will be donuts.
I want it.
Commissioner.
Nice.
Yes.
Refreshments, coffee.
There'll be fruit,
coffee.
donuts, and we have the Sweet Treats truck, who's actually manned by one of our volunteers from MP Rice Company too, Andy
Okay.
Raphael. He'll be there
Thanks,
at
Jen.
a discounted rate
Take
to
care.
support the fire department. So we're very proud of him. He supports a lot of the stuff we do, but it's a good attraction. So
So while you're talking about Station 9, about response times, the other night I had to go to I went to a Pine Orchard Association meeting, and they were wondering why there's so many calls in Pine Orchard. They're seeing the medic unit and Engine 9 flying down
Going
Pine
through,
Orchard
yeah.
Road, 146, and I explained to them that the response times from headquarters to go to Stony Creek from headquarters is 12 to 15 minutes. The response times from Station 9 is 9 to 12 minutes. So that is like the first due coming in to cover Stony Creek is coming from Indian Neck.
Right.
And they couldn't understand that. And then they went, wow, we didn't realize that. I said, yeah, the amount of traffic and what it takes to get a medic unit or fire unit. And after 4 minutes, fire grows in your heart or your ticker or whatever you have, an ailment. The things are, so that's why it's so important for this
You have to stay off Route
Station
1.
3.
You have to
I
stay
know,
off Route 1.
but they can't even getting on 95. There's
Yeah.
all backup. So
and
it's just,
again, I want to just
Yeah.
articulate because it's very important to always remember the value that we have from our volunteers.
I'm gonna bring up
But they
that
have
too.
full-time jobs, and
Yeah.
that's the bottom line. They have full-time jobs. There's not nearly as many as there used to be, and they don't work in the community that they live. And
That-
that's where we
that's
have
the issue.
truly lost that.
But also the requirements too, chief.
Yeah, you're 100% right. Requirements, but also just sheer volume of busyness.
Yeah.
The volunteers-
7,000 calls last year, that's,
Yeah. The volunteers that we have, they are dedicated.
Oh,
And I
absolutely.
can use Station 5, I mean, they get that, when they're around, they get that truck out and they'll get the fireboat out, when they're around, but it's tough.
Right.
Like, and same with MP Rice and same with
Right.
Station 4, they're trying hard, so. And we appreciate what they do, because a lot of us came from that side and some of us still do, right? But that's it for new business. I have anything else we had to bring up?
just want to give a quick update, and I'll be brief because we can take care of this at our next meeting, but we ended the fiscal year in very good shape financially, mostly due to the fact that we were fully funded and we didn't start the full-time people until later. But we did manage the budget fairly well considering the pressures that we had and the repairs that we've had. As you know, we have a lot of older apparatus. The newer apparatus has been on order, but it is not here yet. So our repairs and maintenance budget takes a pretty good beating. But we did end up in fairly good shape. Some of the areas where we didn't do so well were mostly in the areas of our supply accounts, so medical supplies, but that's directly related to the volume of EMS that we do.
Increased
And
volume.
on the revenue side, it offset that greatly. So, we're shortfall here, but you just don't know where you're gonna be at the end of the year. So, all that stuff is mostly, just safety supplies. The other thing is we've had our guests here in the firehouse since February, the police department. So other supplies, which includes our cleaning and our Cintas, has, we've kind of absorbed some of that instead of, giving them some bills, although they did buy some recent supplies. I made a deal with the police chief, but they're good guests. We're happy to have them for now. But we did well last fiscal year. Again, record year call volume. Fiscally, we did 7,001 calls for the year, and our revenue was just shy of $2.5 million. And the reason we were $3,000 shy of hitting the $2.5 million mark was because our billing company had a slight glitch in its ability to upload the calls during the fiscal year period. So we didn't get credited for all that in our fiscal year, but we still did, record call volume, record revenue. That's how it works.
Wow.
We need the extra help. We've never gotten more than we need. We always get enough to get by.
We're playing catch-up.
I think,
You've always been playing catch up.
if we can complete the plan as presented, we will be in a much, much better shape.
Yeah.
So,
I did have one item to report back, so I did write the letter on behalf of the commission to HR to do the study on the salary of the chief and the assistant chief.
Yes.
She was getting back this week. She was off, her son got married, so she's gonna definitely have something for us for our August meeting.
Good.
She'll have something for us to
Good.
prepare. So once I get it, I will forward out to everybody,
Okay,
Good.
good.
okay? And that's it. Anything else, anybody?
A motion to adjourn?
Yeah, motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, 6:52 PM. That's 1,852 hours, son.
This program was brought to you in part through the support of the Town of Branford. Watch town meetings and other videos on demand at BranfordTV.org.